volunteer?
I volunteer because I want to make an impact in someone else's life.
I volunteer because it brings together people of all sorts of backgrounds.
I volunteer so that to smile on people's faces.
So people can have hope.
Because I like to make a difference.
Because I can make an impact.
Because I can change the world.
Hi, I'm McKenna, and I'm part of the Blaine Students in Action team. Our team consists of 17 core members and 19 support members. Our role is to provide and lead volunteer opportunities for Bengals in Action, our high school service club. As a team, our vision is to increase awareness and engage our school and community in volunteerism in order to impact our world. As a group, we decided to focus on the three main areas of elderly and those in need, hunger and homelessness, and education.
I'm Sophia, and this is Jenny. Throughout the year, we implemented many projects for the elderly, people with illnesses, and disabilities.
Our Smile Cards project sets a goal to provide service and smiles through cards for people in our community. About 50 student volunteers per shift come together to create cards for various areas such as Make-A-Wish Foundation, Simon Says Give, and hospitals.
Our main focus was assisted living facilities. During the year, we impacted over 2,000 people and engaged more than 300 students. Approximately half of the cards were delivered to 4 assisted living facilities.
We started an Adopt a Grandparent program which pairs students with residents at Comfort First Assisted Living.
Our volunteers are able to establish relationships with their adopted grandparent and make a relationship with them.
We've engaged 18 students and impacted 12 lives at the assisted living facility.
Volunteers also greatly touched many lives at Camp Friendship, a week-long camp for people with special needs.
We've begun an ongoing project to make handmade friendship bracelets for children in the hospital. Within 2 months, 176 bracelets have already been donated.
By raking leaves for the elderly, we not only made life easier for them, we also positively affected the environment. Our students raked an estimated 500 bags of leaves.
We've also led many more volunteer opportunities throughout this school year.
I'm Hannah, and this is Bryson. Our SIA team partnered with National Honor Society on Halloween night. We set out to scare hunger by collecting non-perishable food items for our local homeless teen shelter, Hope for Youth, and other local food shelves. We set a goal to collect 2,000 items, but our team was able to bring in over 4,600 items. The total food collected and donated was over 9 tons.
In December, our high school did a teen clothing drive for Hope for Youth. That resulted in 449 items being brought in and donated. But we didn't stop just at donating. Every week we volunteer in Hope for Youth Donation Center, and to date we've had over 170 hours there.
Another local project we served at was Manna Market. Manna Market is a local organization that helps distribute extra foods from grocery stores to those in need twice a month. Blaine High School assisted each time with 8 to 10 students volunteering at 4-hour shifts.
This holiday season, we purchased and assembled 15 meal baskets that were given to families in need at our own school. We also adopted 4 families and gave 4 gifts to each of the 13 children, as well as some family gifts for the holidays.
Once again, our club wanted to support the Salvation Army Red Kettle Bell ringing. We volunteered a total of 175 hours. The impact that resulted was almost $13,000 donated. This is enough to buy 2 bags of groceries for 430 families in need.
In order to impact hunger globally, our team schedules 1 or more shifts to feed my starving children every month. We volunteered over 2,000 hours there. We've invited 4 high schools and 2 elementary schools to do it with us. Throughout all of that, we've been able to feed over 70,000 children for a full year.
I'm Abby, and this is Michaela. Another major cause we focused on was education. As a team, we came up with the idea to collect box tops to give to some of our local elementary schools. In March, we were able to donate $720 and split it between University and Hamilton Elementary. Both the schools were grateful for the contribution, and the money will go towards a new playground and new technology.
In addition, BHS volunteers have assisted at almost every carnival dance and other events at 10 local elementary schools. We approach schools during I Love to Read Month to read to the students. Over 1,300 hours have been served at elementary schools this year by BHS students, and we always hear that they appreciate us and want us back.
As a way to engage elementary students in youth service, our SIA team established Bengal Buddies. This after-school program introduces them to community service. Some of the projects we've done together have been Feed My Starving Children, Smile Cards, and making pinecone bird feeders. This program has impacted many young volunteers to make a difference in the future.
We also wanted to impact educational rights for children globally. We set a goal to raise money to build a school in Sierra Leone. Our first fundraiser was We Are Silent. We challenged students to take a vow of silence to raise awareness for kids who don't have a voice when it comes to education. Over 40 students went silent for a day, raising $725 towards our goal of building a school.
Another fundraiser we led was selling Rafiki bracelets. We made video advertisements to help sell the bracelets to the student body. With 300 bracelets sold, we raised $1,500 towards our goal.
Our last fundraiser was Teacher Survivor, which is based on a TV show. We showed videos to the students and staff to advertise, and we also hung posters around the school. Our goal was to exceed last year's total of $2,300. We more than doubled that, bringing in $4,825. Here's a short clip to give you an idea of Survivor.
Trying to survive on this dangerous and treacherous island.
And the reason you should vote for me is I have Brad Paisley on my side.
So keep on bringing in your pennies.
Students in Action has enabled us to build relationships with organizations, advisors, and peers based off of a common passion of bettering our community. Being a part of a Students in Action team, we've learned to use our leadership skills and talents in order to work together. As a team, we've been able to increase the overall amount of volunteerism in our school with over 25,000 hours being volunteered so far this year. As a group, we were able to achieve our vision of increasing awareness and engaging our school and community in volunteerism in order to impact our world. Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has.
Good job. Congratulations, Blaine. All right. What we're going to do now is open it up to questions from the judges first, and then if we have audience members with questions, we will go ahead and get you a mic as well. All right, judges.
What's the biggest conflict you had as a group, and what happened, and how did you resolve it if you resolved it?
Our biggest conflict as a group this year was actually the size of how many leaders we had. We actually had 36 in total, and in the beginning of the year it was closer to 40, 45. We had to split up our roles, and we actually did that by splitting into groups based on what we were most passionate about in order to hear everybody's idea and make sure that everybody felt as though they were included.
I was wondering what leadership skills you called upon to finish your projects.
There was video making, which was very important, and creativity. Public speaking was also one, which is very important. So.
We also had our Bengals in Action team, and it took, we're working on, during the meetings of our Bengals in Action team, we're there and we're learning how to be able to lead the meetings separate without having to have an advisor there too. Make sure we can do that all on our own.
And lastly, we were actually, this year specifically, we've had to reach out to organizations ourselves if we wanted to pursue a project. So we can't count on our advisor anymore. So in order to do that, we have to have the proper leadership skills, because otherwise we can't accomplish what we want individually to be done.
Why did you choose to participate in Students in Action?
I decided to participate in the Students in Action because I feel like being in this club, it taught us many things about leadership skills and giving us new skill sets that we never had before.
The reason I joined SIA is because I realized that I'm fortunate enough to have the things I do, and I want to be able to help others get somewhat, food and clothing, and also to inspire other students to join as well.
One of my friends when I was in middle school, I'm only a freshman, she went hungry and never had food to eat except during lunches and when she'd come over to our house. And when I first realized that, I knew that something had to change. And I was at freshman orientation for going to Blaine High School. And Amira, who's sitting out there in the audience, and a couple other people from our SAA team of last year came and spoke about what they did. And I knew right then and there that I had to do something and this would be one way to help people.
I joined SAA because I wanted to be able to reach out and help lead other things, to make an impact on other people who may not know much about making an impact, even by doing some of the smallest things. So definitely leading the projects was my main goal of joining SAA.
So you spoke a little bit about how you had a lot of conflict, well, maybe not a lot of conflict, but some conflict with having a lot of leaders in the room, which totally makes sense because everyone wants their voices to be heard. How did you kind of solve that issue?
I think the biggest thing was separating by our own skills and talents, and we work on the project that we wanted to work on together in a small group instead of working as one big large group, because that just didn't work.
I think also, as a group, if there was an issue that was happening inside of our SIA group, and there was somebody who, maybe there's too much power hungriness going on, or, maybe there's just a certain issue that's happening. As a group, we decided that we needed to come together and address that issue, and if that issue can't be addressed and the person deals or doesn't decide that they want to accomplish what we need them to, then sometimes they step down to just Bengals in Action, or they are more of just a support member.
We also had people who, now that we've progressed into the year, have realized how big of a commitment and stuff this is in the amount of time this takes because of how much we meet, how often we're working, and how often we do volunteer in the SAA team, even compared to our BIA club. And there are people who felt that this was too big of a commitment, but still help once in a while.
Can you quickly determine total number of service hours and total amount of money raised?
For the service hours, our school has accomplished 25,000. So,
Any idea on totals?
Total number raised for our school in Sierra Leone is $7,050.
Okay, and then another, how much for other programs?
13 something thousand for Salvation Army. I can't remember the end of the number at the moment.
Okay, thank you.
and we've also had projects for donating books and also food and different things like that. So bracelets, cards, over 2,000 cards.
All right, and we do have time for maybe one or two questions from the audience if anyone has something they want to ask the Blaine team. Remember, audience members, you're looking for most innovative ideas, you're looking for best stories of impact, along with the best overall presentation. So maybe those are things you want to think about asking. In the back.
Hi, great job, by the way. All of you are doing this gracious volunteering on the side of our busy lives. And my question for you is, how, as a group, do you stay connected and communicate with each other ongoing and setting up time to get together and activities and all that?
The way that we connect with each other is through group chats that we send out to our members. That's one way that we would connect with each other, setting up times and discussing things.
We also have daily announcements, so for the meetings we send out announcements to let the other students know.
We also have Bengal broadcasts, and we put a lot of announcements out there, and then everybody in the school can find those ones out. We use Remind, some of you guys might know what that is, and we also have scheduled meetings every Monday and for just SIA, and then BIA Wednesday morning before school and Thursday after school bi-weekly.
In order also to stay connected as a whole for our BIA, we have actually a website where you can sign up. It's called Sign Up Genius, and that's where we keep track of all of our our volunteer opportunities. So if someone is interested in signing up for something, they click on the link and they put their information in, and they're automatically signed up for it. As for SIA, we actually have weekly Monday meetings, and those go until 4. That is a requirement if you're part of SIA that you are supposed to attend those meetings unless there is something that's, very important that you have to miss for it. But that's mostly how we stay in touch.
All right, do we have one more question?
My question is, what made you guys think of this service?
Well, we all have common passions to make the world a better place, and I think that's how we all kind of connected and came together. And within that big passion, we have smaller passions, and that's how we determined our smaller groups to each do the different activities that we do and different projects.
I probably would have never met any of these people if I'd never heard about this team and never been able to create as big of an impact as alone as I am able to do as a team.
So one of the ideas that we came up with, Survivor, we just sat around, we threw out ideas, and then at the end we were like, it sounds good, and we were able to agree on something, and that was great.